on the Titanic, at Comanche County. They lost their son on the Titanic.
Oh.
But the interesting story about their house is that a man came into town, climbed up to the top of their house, and took a jump. He broke 2 legs. You think that would be it, right? No, his legs healed. He actually came back, jumped again head first, and broke his neck and died. It wasn't this house, but this is where the house is at.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the house went all the way back till there?
And yeah, the house, it was a huge
To the
house. It went
library.
all the way to where the grass ended.
Oh my gosh.
Now, where the parking lot starts is actually where we start sloping down. That from that part on was water.
Right.
So why is the bay lower now?
Why is it lower
Or
now?
why is the water not where it is now? Did they fill it in?
Yeah,
They fill
that's
it
part of my story.
in? Okay. Sorry.
The reason they say that they filled it in is they didn't like the smell. So they wanted to take it out further.
Sure.
But it's very unusual how they did this because I don't tell you until we get up here a little bit more. When we get up to where the parking lot starts, just stop for 1 second. Did you just trip?
No, I just tried to scare him.
It was Hector.
It was Hector.
Did somebody mention booze to Hector?
So from here down was actually where the river actually was. They filled it in all the way that way and that way. What they used for filling, landfill, was Indian burial grounds.
Oh.
So that brings in a lot of activity.
Right.
Now, where the old Manatee Players stood, anybody remember the building that used to stand right there? The old Manatee Players? Well, the old Manatee Players opened in 1951 and opened in 1952. If you go to the new Manatee Players and talk to the women in the ticket window, they will actually tell you the old room is haunted. And it was. We were the last ones to ever go in it, besides the people that broke in that one night.
Yeah.
We actually were the last ones to go in. We did an investigation there. And I'm going to tell you about it when we get down this way a little bit.
So is the building no longer there?
No, it's the building right down here. It would have been right there.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
a big
Was that a
spot
cocoa?
now. Now, they did, the ladies at the Manatee Players told us that the place was haunted by a couple, and it was haunted by a little girl. The little girl was always seen in the ladies' costume room, and she would hide behind the costumes and cry. So that was kind of a little upsetting, you know, to hear something like that. So when we did our investigation here, we sent a shaman in first, and he actually saw a man and woman dressed in colonial clothing dancing on the stage. Now, if the place opened up in 1952, people would be wearing colonial clothing. And we're going to stop right on that concrete pad right there. Now, if they, you know, so we assumed right off the bat that they were actors,
Sure.
which would make normal sense, right? Well, when we did our investigation, well, he went in and he asked him a question. He saw him dancing on stage, and he said to him, "Is there any message I can pass on for you?" The first time, they didn't answer. The second time, the woman turned, looked him right in the eye and said, "He can see us," and they disappeared. So he left, we went in to do our investigation. Now, they told you, somebody's drunk,
Yeah.
trying to make sound effects. They told us that when the last 3 years it was open, if it was raining outside, it was actually raining inside, so it was that bad of a building. When we went in, the stairs to go upstairs, up to the top floor, would actually go like this. There was no railing or anything, it was that bad. You could put your foot through the floor, the black mold in the building was terrible. So we were more scared of the building than the spirits. But when I went to go do an EVP session on stage, I set my tape recorder down, I went to sit down, I turned my head like this, and from the knees down I could see men's dress pants and dress shoes. Now my husband's always the one that sits at the DVR and watches, and so I'm yelling at him. I thought he fell asleep if he didn't answer, because he's known to do that. You can ask his daughter. That he just dozes off wherever. I mean, if he's on the ghost walk, he's asleep in the car while we're walking.
Unless I keep him awake.
Yeah. So he didn't answer. So when I finished, I got up and I found out he was awake, and I said, "Did you see it? Anybody?" He said, "There was a man walked right across the stage and stood right next to you the whole time you did it." But unfortunately, he didn't want to be on camera, so he never was filmed on the thing. But it was kind of cool that we saw this. Now, we thought when the building got torn down, they would cross over. Because usually, if they're haunted in the building, haunting the building, then when the building gets torn down, they usually cross over. Well, when they tore the building down, this became more active. And we thought the little girl, we wanted to work with her to cross over. She wouldn't cross over. Now, right before they tore the building down, we were having, watching the lightning, and we were wondering if it was going to storm with the tour. So we were standing where my car's parked. You actually drove up, and there was an overhang, and then the main door was there. So we were standing underneath there, waiting to see if it was going to rain, and I saw the little girl come in the door. I didn't say anything because, I'm the tour guide, and if I started saying something, they're going, oh yeah, she's going to go. Well, an older man and a 17-year-old boy said, oh my God, the little girl just went by. And I said, describe her. He said she had black hair, white headband, white dress. That was her.